Hey, what's up? It's your boy Sleep Deprivation. Can I get a time check? How the shit is it that time already? I'd love to sleep, but as soon as my head hits the pillow, I'm diagnosed with sudden awakeness. Until I get up and I revert back to sleep deprived immediately. Repeat, ad nauseum. Somebody fucking help me! Well, when crippling anxiety strikes and sleep is anywhere but on the schedule, what is there to do? Step 1, comfort. Nice! Even nicer. Step 2, warmth. This seems slightly excessive. And step 3, old as fuck Nintendo TV shows. I mean, sure. Let's see what's on, shall we? Nintendo, the big N, the publishers of this. Also these, but who gives a shit? Nintendo has a vast pool of IPs, some of which have been getting games consistently for over 30 years, still receiving entries to this day, and others are chibi robo. With so many characters and franchises under their belt, it was an inevitability that Nintendo would turn to other forms of media as a way of exposing people to their franchises. They sure did. Nintendo has a fairly consistent track record of slapping their IPs into the Saturday morning TV slot, and most of their big name franchises have received the TV show treatment at some point or another. The biggest of big names in the Nintendo-verse is Captain Rainbow, but he didn't get a show, so f*** it, Mario will do.
Hey, paisanos, it's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show!
The Super Mario Bros. Super Show was Mario's first adventure in the land of television. It aired from September 4th, 1989 to December 1st of the same year. Huh. Yeah, that was always weird to me. The fact that the show only lasted roughly 3 months, but it still managed to squeeze out 52 episodes within that time frame. How? The show is loosely based on the first 2 Mario games, unless you're Japanese, in which case the show is based on the first game and Disappointment. The show is kind of 2 shows meshed into one. Half of each episode is live action and the other half is cartoon. The former sees Mario and Luigi, portrayed by Lou Albano and Danny Wells respectively, living their life in an apartment in Brooklyn and getting up to all kinds of crazy shenanigans. This was supposed to help me sleep, not prevent it! The latter sees the cast of Super Mario Bros. 2, Mario, Luigi, Toad, and the Princess in the Mushroom Kingdom doing whatever the f*** really. The cartoon sections and live action sections are completely separate, which I always found to be really weird. Like in the first episode, it goes from "What are you doing in the medicine cabinet?" to
Cheapy! Little cheapy! Hey! Let me go!
And it's kind of jarring. It really does feel like they wanted to make a live action Mario show and a cartoon Mario show, but weren't confident enough in either, and just said, I got it! That may sound like a bad thing, and honestly, in some cases, you could say that. But this is where they got us. They knew that we would see through their plan, so they needed to create a distraction. So they created the best lyrical piece the Mushroom Kingdom has ever seen.
Now, evil Koopa and his troopers are up to misbehaving. They kidnapped the Princess Mushroom Land, saving, abusing and confusing. Everybody discovers they can't help but be hooked on the brothers.
I gave up on my dreams long ago. The next show in the timeline is Mario. Yes, the Super Mario Bros. Super Show was based on the first 2 games, so naturally when Mario 3 released, Nintendo said, you guys know the Super Mario Bros. Super Show, right? Good, make it again. The Super Mario Bros. 3 show is based on Take a Shot in the Dark, I Dare You. Although, to be fair, this show pulls from the source material way more than the Super Show did. Mario and Luigi use power-ups like the frog suit, and they actually get them from a frog suit, instead of, you know, getting the fire power-up from a star. This part of the Super Show intro is about to put me into a rage-induced coma. God, I wish. The show is much more faithful to the source material than the previous one, but that unfortunately came with a sacrifice.
It is a legend no one will forget. Everyone thought King Koopa had left the Mushroom Kingdom, and then his doom ship attacked. King Koopa was back with the greatest danger ever known, his Koopa kids. Using their new superpowers, the Super Mario Brothers rescued Princess Toadstool and beat back the evil Koopa family.
Get those flutters!
This is painfully disappointing. Yeah, this show lacks an intro theme, instead going for a more epic narrative approach, and I mean, I don't hate it. This show ran from the 8th of September 1990 to the 1st of December 1990. This still confuses me. The show removes the live action entirely and focuses solely on the cartoony Mushroom Kingdom antics. It sees the return of the playable cast of Mario 2, with a new voice cast unless you're this. King Koopa returns, and along with him comes the introduction of the Koopalings. You know the Koopalings, right? Bully, Cootie Pie, Kooky, Hip, Hop, Big Mouth and Cheatsy. I thought I was talking about the Koopalings, not the 7 Dwarves. Yeah, the Koopalings don't have their canonical names. Many sources say this is because in the production stages of the show, the game hadn't released yet. Which seems plausible, but when you take into consideration this, and this, something just refuses to add up here. If this alibi was true, this show was in production before both Super Mario Bros. 3 and the Super Mario Super Show were released. I don't buy it. This show sometimes features real-world settings like Venice. Sure. This show just feels like if the Super Show did the unthinkable and just kept going. Out of the 2 Mario shows, this is the one that interested me the least. And I've got to be honest here, I haven't watched all of the episodes. Yeah, that's right, Satan. Save a space for me down there. Next on the agenda is You Gotta Be Fucking Kidding Me.
Super Mario World.
Super Mario World, it's a blast from the past. In Super Mario World, it's a blast.
You know what? This makes me slightly more okay with death. This show ran from Jesus to Christ of 1991. Super Mario World came out in November of 1990, which means it predates the Super Mario Bros. 3 show. What the f*** is going on here? This show follows Mario, Luigi and Peach. I smell plagiarism! And of course, oh my god, Toad wasn't in Super Mario World, so it only makes sense that he is replaced with Yoshi! Speaking full sentences.
Tell Yoshi bedtime story now. Tell how Luigi finds Yoshi and Yoshi rescue Princess.
This is not helping with the sleep deprivation. It also sees the return of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, which, say it with me now, thank fucking god. Out of the 3 Mario shows, this one is by far my favourite. Yoshi is a much more interesting character than Foot Fungus, and I'd honestly argue that the writing is at its best here. For the love of God, no more. Stepping slightly out of the timeline, we're now taking a look at Please, 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 Please and Thank You! The Legend of Zelda, a series I'm totally qualified to talk about. Totally. This show stars Link. No shit. And he talks in full sentences. Shit. Anybody who's anybody is repulsed at the thought of that.
Hey, excuse me, princess.
I didn't say they were wrong. This show aired from What Kind of Sick Pleasure Do They Get Out of This? It sees Zelda and Link trying to protect Hyrule Castle and the Triforce of Wisdom from the clutches of Ganon. This show is very obviously based on the first Legend of Zelda game, but unlike in the game, Zelda is actually here. Sure, in some episodes Link saves Zelda, that's Zelda 101, but in a lot of episodes, Zelda is right there beside him fighting, with a bow and arrow or a boomerang. The main running joke of the series is how Link is convinced that he deserves a kiss from Zelda for his heroic actions. And I've got good news for all of you rejection fans out there, he never gets one. And what's left to do when your self-esteem has been shattered?
Well, excuse me, princess.
This show's bad.
Kirby, 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 that's a name you should know. Kirby, 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 he's the star of the show. He's more than you think, he's got maximum pink. Kirby, Kirby, Kirby's the one. He comes right, da-da-cha. He comes right, da-da-cha. Give it all that you got, take a very best shot. Cause then you ride back at you for sure.
Now, this is something I can get behind. This show was the most successful of all the shows we've looked at so far, running for 100 episodes from oh my god. They finally did it. The show follows Kirby, you know Kirby, everyone loves Kirby, after he crash lands on the planet Popstar near Cabby Town. He befriends Tiff and Tuff and their friends Tololo and Talala. Somebody had a fucking field day naming these characters. King DDD is causing a stink, who'd have thunk it, and it's up to Kirby to stop him.
Kirby!
Why? Why? This show is genuinely really good. It switches between purely 2D animation and 3D models at random, which is weird. But I'd still say its entire concept is very well executed. King Dedede's henchman is called Escargoon. I love it. The voice acting for the most part is also pretty good.
It is true.
Did I say pretty good? I meant amazing. The final show we're going to take a look at today is inarguably the one with the best opening.
Hey yo, look out down below. Here he comes, Banana Slammer, Conquer Bongo's hero. Hey yo, Donkey Kong, let's go, let's go. Here he comes, Banana Slammer.
This is absolutely glorious. Donkey Kong Country. Can you guess which game it's based on? Captain Rainbow. Captain Rainbow! This show is the most confusing of the bunch, as when and where it aired is incredibly vague and inconsistent. According to Wikipedia, it originally aired in France in 1996 under the name The Planet of Donkey Kong, and its runtime is unknown, from what I can tell. It then aired in Canada in 1997 until... The US got the show in 1998, and as far as I can tell, it was the only territory with a concrete end for the show, which was in 2000. The show overall managed to hit 200 and what the fuck now? 262 episodes?! Well, if it lasted that long, it must have been great. High quality animation, perfect lip syncing, rock solid concept, son of a bitch. The animation of this show is absolutely appalling, and I absolutely adore it. Each and every spoken word is dripping with cheese, and when combined with the borderline depressing animation, should spell disaster, but it's like two trains full of colourful paint crashed. Sure, it's terrible, but goddamn I can't keep my eyes off it. Donkey Kong breaks out into song every episode, which is spectacularly cringy.
I'd shower you with coconut cream pies.
The show also introduces new characters to the DKU, being Bluster Kong and Eddie the Mean Old Yeti. Laugh all you want, but Eddie made it into Smash. I don't see you making it into Smash. Damn it. Although it's undoubtedly terrible, for what it's worth, I actually really enjoyed the Donkey Kong Country show, and I'd honestly say it's my favourite of the bunch. I put this over Kirby, Jesus Christ. So that's pretty much a complete overview of Nintendo's TV shows. Needless to say, it's a mixed bag in terms of quality. But overall, enjoyable. Oh, fuck. They did a Pokemon show. I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test, to train that is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide, each Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. It's you and me. I know it's my destiny. Pokemon, oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. So true, our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Well, that was certainly good. A little bit too long, but hey, at least it's the only one, right? Right? Gotta catch 'em all. Oh, fuck me, they did one for every generation, didn't they? Gotta catch 'em all. Yeah! Yeah, no, that's not happening. I am not watching every single one. Also, please stop with the guitar. Seriously, this isn't happening. God, you're so obnoxious! Shut the fuck up! Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. It's you and me. I know it's my destiny. Pokemon, oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. So true, our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon. I was so close. I was so close.
Do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario, take one step, and then again, let's do the Mario all together now. Come on now, just like that.